You know, not everyone has the opportunity to spend Christmas in the picture-perfect way. How do you deal with Christmas when you're in a family that's divorced or blended, or if you're single, or even if you've recently experienced a significant loss? Ladies, I just want to know, and this might probably encourage some of our, our viewers as well. Have you experienced any of these situations that may not be the picture-perfect, Norman Rockwell picture that we're used to seeing? We all have interesting situations.
I've experienced all of those.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so Christmas can be really hard, I think, for a lot of people, and it's really easy to forget that, because you might go through a period where Christmas is great, and then you'll go through a period where Christmas is really hard, and then it gets good again, and, so getting through those tough times can be really hard.
Ended my first marriage when my son was about 5. My first son was about 5, and Christmas in those first few years after I'd left was really difficult because you don't realise how much of a loss children are in the excitement of Christmas, especially when they're small, and then to have it taken away straight away, like instantaneously taken away, is really, really emotionally draining and hard. And you're forever wanting that back, but don't know how to get it back. So it wasn't until I got remarried and had my second lot of children that I managed. I don't think I've ever gotten over it, but I manage it differently now.
Was there anything you could do during those really difficult years that helped?
No, I think it's because unfortunately I left the country as well, so that was really tricky. It was survival. That's all it was.
And I think sometimes when people aren't in a situation, if they're in a very typical situation, it's hard to even imagine what could be unhappy about Christmas. You think like it's magical, it's presents, it's food, it's fun,
it's supposed to be.
That's all you see in the advertising as well, like perfection, happiness.
Happy families.
Why do you all think it's, maybe agitated during the Christmas season? Like if you're going through a hard time, somehow it seems to be harder during the holiday season.
Because of that. Because it is supposed to be.
Expectation.
And we all have that expectation of Christmas. Even, when a partner passes away or, something like that, your expectation of Christmas is this magic and fun and, family.
You want to have it with those people that mean the most.
I think you can sometimes take that opportunity to honour that person at that time of the year, because sometimes people are too scared to talk about that person, but if you actually talk about them, it makes you feel better because you're keeping their memory alive with the rest of the family.
Do you think it would be helpful if someone from the outside were to ask about those kind of memories? Because I know I'm often hesitant to ask someone, if someone's passed away, to say, oh, how did you used to spend Christmas with so-and-so,
I think it's a good thing.
Oh, it is.
As a family, you want to keep that memory alive.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
And it gives you permission to talk about it.
And I think you saying that gives me permission to ask that kind of question, because
I think that's where you have to go, whereas if somebody had spoken to me about it, it would have been like, because it was so raw at that point, and it wasn't a death. They were still alive. They were having Christmas without me. And so it's quite a different emotion.
I also have family members who are sort of in that divorce situation where they're running between two families over Christmas, and it doesn't become that peaceful, nice time. It's a rush, it's a chore, it's laborious for them, going from here to there to everywhere and trying to make everyone happy.
I'm in that blended family situation now, and that's a challenge, especially the first few years. Bringing the two families together was a little bit awkward at first.
So what are some ways that you managed to bring them together? Like, what are some tips you might have for
I think everyone's got to work together, and that's sometimes really difficult. And in an ideal world, that would be great, but doesn't happen probably a lot. I think if you can plan, maybe say this year, what are we going to do next year? Whose house are they going to go when the emotion's not there?
Also start it early. So start the planning early.
Idea.
And I think remembering what Christmas is about. It's about family. It's about peace. And I know that's hard to do when you're in the middle of something.
You get so caught up in having to have the perfect house, the perfect food, the perfect gift, that it's not about those things.
So how do you survive and keep yourself kind of sane and keep, take care of yourself so you don't go crazy during that holiday kind of Do you do anything?
We've been crazy before. So as more kids sort of enter the fold, you know, the Christmas becomes bigger with smaller kids, we actually noticed to start with, when we continued our normal tradition of opening presents here, doing this, doing that, it totally threw the kids. There was meltdown after meltdown, and it just became an awful day.
Sugar.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So we've had to go, we got to redo this. We have sat down and gone, okay, we're going to do less presents, we're going to have to do less time on that, and more play outside.
Secret Santa, it's great.
Yeah. So you simplify.
One present.
Yeah, we're simplifying. Yeah, absolutely.
I think for me, it's being organised. Like I've always started my Christmas shopping sort of mid-October.
You're scared to say that.
I know. I could see the criticism coming in, but I like to be organised, and I don't like that panic and that rush.
Yeah.
Like today, going out to do the last-minute Christmas shopping, you won't find me.
Don't worry.
I'll be there.
I've done all my food shopping. I've done, everything. The tree's decorated, presents are under it. I'm organised.
If it's for me, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Let the small stuff go and just enjoy being with your family and remember the reason why we're doing it.
Yeah.